Ronaldo. Oh, what's he doing? What is he playing at? Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is my second video, and I was hoping the second one would be a bit more upbeat than what it's actually going to be. So let's just jump straight into this absolute mess that was the Cristiano Ronaldo Piers Morgan interview. So Cristiano Ronaldo has done an exclusive interview with Piers Morgan. He said he was doing an interview anyway, so it's not a shock that it's finally come out. Just what he said seems to be the issue, which was always going to be the issue anyway. So let's just jump right into it. So obviously the full interview isn't out yet, I don't think. We're just seeing little clips. The Piers Morgan Uncensored YouTube channel posted a preview earlier on today, and Piers Morgan himself is going on radio stations and whatnot. I think he went on TalkSport as well, basically giving us a indication of the type of things Ronaldo has said and what they talk about. So it's weird because Ronaldo's been shy. We'll get to that bit. He said he has no respect for Ten Hag. The preview on the Piers Morgan YouTube channel that I watched, oh my god! As of just this very second, as I'm recording this, apparently it has just come out that Ronaldo is set to be fined £1 million for the interview, which isn't even going to touch his pockets, really. But, hey-ho. Anyway, where were we? So he said that the training facility hasn't really changed since he was last here, which we all knew and we all suspected. You know, the kitchen, the technology, all types of stuff that he has said. He's also mentioned Ollie, Ralph Rangnick, and Erik Ten Hag himself. And he says he feels betrayed and like he's been forced out of Manchester United. And it's weird because when he first came, I don't think there was some people who said he shouldn't go there because United are a mess. And in that first season, he was really the only person who was dragging the team through. But this season, it's been a different story. Since Ten Hag was appointed, and perhaps even before Ten Hag was appointed, he was flirting with the idea of leaving, basically all summer. But he soon realised that not really many clubs wanted him, and the ones that do want him, because there will be clubs that want him, they probably can't afford his wages and can't afford a fee to pay Manchester United to take him. So he didn't turn up for pre-season. So already you're showing disrespect to the manager and your teammates by not turning up to pre-season. He refused to come on as a sub against Tottenham in what was our best performance of recent years. I think that's sort of unanimous in that statement. He also then left that game early. I don't know if he's left any other games early. Probably. When he has played, he's played pretty bad. He's not been... And that's purely because of the style of football we're playing. And Erik Ten Hag is a good manager. He's a good coach. He's not going to take a year, a season, whatever you want to call it, off of what he wants to do with his team just to just to please one player. When if he had done that and he was just trying to please Cristiano Ronaldo, would we have performed as well as we have been? No, I don't think we're going to beat Liverpool. We definitely wouldn't have beat Arsenal. We wouldn't have beat Spurs. Spurs is a tricky one. I feel like we still could have beat Spurs. But you look at how many players this season have come either back to form or have hit another level. Luke Shaw last season, alongside Maguire, was being wanted out by a lot of fans. This season, he's looked like the Luke Shaw that was at the Euros, scoring goals. Do you know what I mean? Maguire's still Maguire. We'll leave it at that. Diogo Dalot now knows how to defend. You know, is remembered. You know, when he first came to United, his quality on the ball was there to see. Defending, shite. Goes to was it AC Milan he went to? I think it was AC Milan. It was an Italian team anyway. His defending got better, but he forgot how to play football. This season, he's put it all together and he looks amazing. He looks really, really good and looks like a complete different player. Bruno has looked a little bit better than last season. I mean, it wasn't hard for any of the players to look better than last season, but a lot of players have looked even better than their best. Bruno hasn't hit his best, but that's because he's actually got a system now, and his best was just Bruno save us, and Bruno saved us. So, anyway, but back to Ronaldo. The stats show we're better when he doesn't play, but also forget the stats. You know, if you don't believe in stats, just watch. And you can see it with your own eyes. We're so much better when Ronaldo either isn't in the team or on the bench. You know, he came on and played against, was it Amarion, whatever that team's called. And sometimes he's looked sharp compared to his other performances where he's obviously tired and run down. But even when he's looked sharp, it still hasn't been to the level we need for our striker. Now Martial's just come back, which obviously hasn't helped Ronaldo's situation because it means he's going to drop down even further. Yeah, we're a better team without him. He's 37, and I don't think there are many teams who would be sort of stopping the progress and the development of a team for a 37-year-old. And you know, people. One of the main things is he's kept himself in good condition, which he has, but he doesn't do anything. Like, what does Ronaldo do? You want him to like stay in the box, but then he comes deep and goes out wide, which is fine. But nobody else around that is reacting, so he has to then stay. If he wants to score all these goals, just stay in the box. We are crossing the ball quite a lot more this season. So, basically, I just think he's a bit upset that he doesn't see himself as a key figure in a team anymore, and it was bound to happen. He's at the age, and it looks like, I mean, the drop-off from last season to this season is crazy. It could be down to the fact that the system we're playing now just doesn't work for Ronaldo. Or, yeah, he's just, the age and Mother Nature have caught up with him, because she does. Mother Nature catches up with everyone. So, yeah, it was a weird interview with Piers Morgan, so it'd be interesting to see when the full thing is out, unless I've missed it somewhere, but there was a preview only an hour ago, I think it was, so we shall see what happens with that. And you know, there will be people who said, yeah, well, he called out the Glazers and how nothing's changed since he's been here. Yes, of course, and he was always going to say that, but should he really be dragging Ten Hag through when United are playing well and we've looked much better than we have done probably since Sir Alex Ferguson? So, yeah, I don't know where. Obviously, apparently he's just been fined. He's been fined £1 million. Let's see if we can find that. See who. Let's see. Yeah. So if you don't follow Centre Devils, if you're a Man United fan, follow Centre Devils on Twitter. They are really good. So it looks like the Metro have reported that Ronaldo is set to be fined £1 million by Manchester United for the Piers Morgan interview. So they're not taking it. And 30 seconds ago, Fabrizio Romano has posted that Erik ten Hag is absolutely furious, and he didn't expect Ronaldo to say such things. So I'm just going to go through some of these other quotes. They've been retweeted and reposted by Centre Devils. So if you are a Man United fan, follow them. They do repost and retweet a lot of stuff around the team. Another one is the Telegraph. James Ducker has said, another source said the Man United dressing room was not allowing Cristiano Ronaldo's tantrums to distract them, and claimed a number of players were already moving on. And that says a lot, because when he first joined, everyone wanted to be near Cristiano Ronaldo. And when he's out on the pitch, you do still see that everyone wants to pass to him. And that same person has also said, one well-placed source said there will not be a tear shed by some Manchester United players if and when Ronaldo does leave, and that his actions were destabilising at a time when the squad is pulling together and showing greater unity after last season's shambles. And that's where my head's at. After last season, you want to bounce back, and Manchester United have bounced back. Whether people like it or not, we're still not really up there with Man City yet. But did anyone expect us to be there with one pre-season, shall we say, under Ten Hag? No. But we beat Liverpool, we beat Arsenal, who were top of the league. Yes, City pummeled us, but City are pummeling everyone. We've beat Tottenham, that was a good game. We were unlucky against Chelsea not to get more than a point, but you can't account for player mistakes. So overall, we've played really, really well, and that's been without Ronaldo starting, sometimes not even on the bench. We've played our best football when he hasn't been involved. So there's not really much more to say about how we play with Ronaldo compared to how we play without Ronaldo, because we're much, much better without him, and everything points to that, whether that be stats or the good old eye test. So what's next for Cristiano Ronaldo, and what should Manchester United do? And as we know, he had been fined, but that should only be the start. Obviously, whatever Ten Hag wants to do with him is down to Ten Hag at the end of the day. I think his time at United is over. I think it was done once we've seen how we played without him in the squad. For me, once we saw the improvements under Ten Hag, and when Ronaldo played, we were worse. That's when I think it clicked for everyone that Ronaldo's time's finished. So the question is, who do we get to replace him? Because we can't rely on Martial because of his injuries. We were looking at, shall we say, Benjamin Šeško, who is a quality player, but I'm pretty sure he's signed for Leipzig now. And yeah, you would let's see how he develops in the Bundesliga. Victor Osimhen is gonna cost a fortune, probably 100 million, maybe more. If we could get a swap deal done, Ronaldo and some money for Osimhen, I think overall that would be a good deal for us. There's Gonzalo Ramos, who plays for Benfica. He could be an option. There aren't many options for that tall, dynamic striker. So it'll be interesting as to whether we see a different type of striker for Ten Hag. I think he would want that Sebastian Haller type of profile with a bit more dynamism, which is why those players I mentioned. But I think it's time we sort of just start leaking Charlie McNeil into the team. Let him play in some of the cups, not necessarily the Premier League, but give him 5-10 minutes at the end of a match, just to have a look at him. It's not going to be a bad thing. So yeah, I will do a striker video soon, since it's becoming increasingly obvious that Ronaldo isn't going to be here any longer. I would be surprised if he survives the January window. I think he's going, but I would be very, very surprised if he survives the summer. I think it's done now. He's burnt his bridge with the manager, with the club. Obviously, he'll always be a legend for the fans, but for the people at the club now, inside the club, I feel like that bridge is gone. And it is sad to see it end like this, considering he has been so great for us. But what I find even more sad is we shouldn't be talking about this today. We should be talking about Alejandro Garnacho winning us that game last night. That should be what everyone's talking about today. It should be his day. But his idol has decided he wants to throw everyone in the bin. So it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds in the coming days, especially with the World Cup break now upon us. So if you want to see some World Cup content, then you just let me know. But Cristiano Ronaldo's time at Manchester United is up, and that's probably for the better. Where he goes, how he goes, that's anyone's guess. Whether someone buys him, whether he just quits, whether we terminate contract, swap deal for another player, who knows? It's going to be really interesting to see how long he has left on the payroll of Manchester United. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's a shame it's a sad one. If you want to see the striker video, I will try and get that done as soon as I can. And some World Cup content will be on the horizon. Whether you want team reviews, tactics, whatever, or just game reviews, game previews, just let me know in the comments. Your feedback is much appreciated. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.